This is the StarCraft 2 BSG Cup. BSG obviously stands for Bronze, Silver and Gold players. This takes place on the C server on Saturday at 1 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. If you are Bronze, Silver or Gold, come join this tournament. It is so much fun. Anyway, we are now at the semi-finals. Finally, we are 4 players left. 2 of these are in this game. 2 are to come next. We have a best of 3 to decide who gets to go through the finals. First map is Shakura's Plateau, and up in the top left we have Red Zerg, which is Summers, obviously a hero, playing as the Zerg race, Zerg being the most awesome of all the races. And in the top right we have the Protoss, the pink Protoss, obviously sort of reaching out to his metrosexual side. Awesome work there by Flaminflier. So semi-finals for both of them. Obviously they're grassing each other on their awesome achievement, but only one may progress to the finals, and this and 1 to 2 more games will decide that. See what kind of strategies these guys are going to do. So first of all, map is Shakura's Plateau. It is a new map. If you don't know this map, I think it is a lot like Metalopolis, in that it's good to expand on. It's a good macro map. There are a lot of bases to take, and they're safe bases. Like there's really only like one choke point you really need to worry about, and you kind of keep your eye on 2 others. But how many bases are on this map? Look, there's 1. There's 4 along the left. There's sort of 4, 6 there. That's 10. That's 14 bases. So technically, you could each have 7 bases. How insane is that? That is awesome. So I want to see. I'm just going to tell these spectators to stop talking, just so we don't get their spam. So yeah, obviously this position-wise, obviously if you haven't played this map before, the north-south positions from where you start. So for Flaminflier at the bottom right-hand corner, you don't need to scout there because your opponent can't spawn there. If they could spawn there, it'd be stupid. Like, look at this distance here, down, down, up, up. That's their base. That's not going to happen. And Blizzard have gone, yeah, that's awesome. We don't want that. We want this to be a macro map, so they've made you spawn opposite sides. And we do actually see here, this probe is actually did actually scout to that bottom right. So small error there. Bit of time wasted. If there was a 6 pool coming, that would cost him the game probably. Maybe come down a bit of macro, but he wouldn't have scattered it in time. I probably wouldn't have scattered it at all. So always only check the 2 bases on the opposite side. We do see a hatch going down very early. It looks like it was a pull on 14 and a hatch on 13, dare I say. Yeah, I'm going to go with that, being a Zerg player. I don't like that. I like hatch on 14, then pull on 13. It means the hatch is up sooner, and you can begin your macro. Zerg, you're an awesome macro race. Whenever I see a Zerg play off 1 base, or they play off 2 bases, but the second base really doesn't have any drones, it makes me cry. I sit at home and I watch it, and I just put my head in my palm and go, oh my god, what are you doing? I mean, yeah, you can do some early harass as Zerg, especially if you see an opportunity for it, but in most games, and by most I mean 95% of your games, your first 30 units should just be drones with like 2 lings, just to obviously scare off this drone, and just to poke around. The idea of Zerg, especially for this first push, is to wait until their push is coming, and then just get a lot of units at once, and just counter it perfectly like that, and then you have a 1 base advantage. See, if this base gets up and running, obviously 1 base against 2, you can build more units. That's awesome. Up here, we have 4 gates, so he is going to 4-gate him. This strategy, 4-gating Zerg, is really, it feels unfair when you're the Zerg player. It's just, oh my goodness, how do you hold this? It is very strong. Although there isn't really a follow-up. If you can hold off that first push, and obviously your macro starts kicking in, you'll be able to outproduce him, and he'll get to a point where he needs to expand, and that's the point where you win the game, because you come through, you clean up his expansion, you won't have many units there, but not before that. I like to see those Zerglings go into his base so he can scout. He can just go around here, but he hasn't. Is he getting Zerg? He's not even getting Zergling speed. He's going for both gases. And a quick lair as well, so interesting move there by Summers, going for the quick lair. Whether he wants sort of maybe quick roaches, which are strong, obviously with the recent buff they are 4 range now, which makes them very good against Stalkers. Like, okay, maybe not great, Stalkers still have 2 range, but it's very hard to micro that, whereas before Stalkers just demolished roaches. So now, going heavy roach, in fact just building roaches, can hold off quite well if you can support it, if you have the drones on 2 bases. Checking the drone counts really quickly, Summers has 31. Good amount. 31 drones this early is awesome. He needs to start producing units, and we're just going to check the production menu. He's building 4 overlords. That is not units. That's not what I mean, but hey, we'll see what he does here. He's going to put down spine crawler here, and 3 spine crawlers. I like this instead of spamming Zerglings because it costs you 3 lava to get these spine crawlers. I would hope that he'd move that one forward once it's finished building. This probe here is going to build a proxy pylon. Overlord will see it. Where's he going to build the pylon? Right here. I don't like that. Summers says mistake. I don't know what he was talking about. I have not seen a mistake yet. He does need to build a lot of units though. I know what he's referring to. Zergling speed. Oh, wrong unit even. He's building drones instead of Zerglings, I assume. This push here is actually... that mistake could cost him the game. Because 3 Spine Crawlers isn't going to hold against that unless he's got more to back it up. This Queen has no energy to transfuse, which is big. This Queen doesn't either, which is good. He's keeping his macro up. He comes to push here. This is probably going to win the game. He does not have anything to hold this. I mean, Spine Crawlers are great. They do damage, but they just die. I mean, look, that's 2 dead now. The 3rd one's dead, and he's going to probably lose expansion. He hasn't had any roach. He needs roaches at this point. I dare I say this is going to be it. This is why 4-gate is strong. Because as Zerg, it is difficult to get that magical balance between units and drones. And this is an example of what happens when you don't get that balance. These drones are all going to die, and it's going to seem like he's on one base. He's not even going to kill that Stalker. So this base is going to go down. These are all Zerglings. That's probably going to be GG. Zerg on one base cannot beat Protoss on one base at all. I don't like Flaminflier calling GG for his opponent, but obviously, there we go. So Flaminflier takes the first game against Summers. Poor macro choice there by Summers. He went heavy drones. I like heavy drones, but you do need to get... The round before that needed to be Zerglings, and he needed to get a Roach Warren up. Roaches are really, really good against that push. Still, first game there, he's got a second game to take it back, and he gets to pick the next map as well. So he's not going to pick something like Steps of War. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned.